Hello there, gentle soul friends. A very warm welcome to you all. And today I'd like to explore within us what it is to be intimate. And as I bring that place up in ourselves, there's a sense with regard to intimacy, a sense of feeling in contact, softening. I'm just sensing what this evokes in us. A sense of being at home, relaxing, a sense of warmth. I can actually feel it in myself when I evoke and sense the feeling of to be intimate. It's like I don't need to hide myself. I can come forward. A sense of I feel safe to be seen. I can show myself. I can be vulnerable. It doesn't matter what I am. So it's something quite deep when I sense intimacy within us as beings. There's a feeling of touching something deep within, very personal, and a sense of sharing that with another human being. There's a kind of, feels like love, a sense of love. And so the exploration today is, what are those barriers to feeling more intimacy, and beginning with ourselves, because we have to begin with contact to ourselves. How intimate am I with myself, because before I can be intimate with another human being, I have to know myself. I have to be intimate with myself, and I'm just exploring in myself, what is it within me that would prevent this intimacy. So there's something protecting, a sort of protection or shield with regard to trust and safety. Is there a feeling that I can trust and therefore let go? A sense of letting go, opening, barriers melting. Yeah, so I'm just letting all of this land, because as soon as we allow things to land in our nervous system, we start to sense, what am I tuning into that prevents this from sort of happening more and more? Something that, in my daily life, I feel this closeness and intimacy with my partner or friends or people I meet, or is there something going on where I feel separate and not a sense of closeness, a sense of I need to be on guard, I need to protect something, I need to sort of shield myself as I go into the world. And these kind of areas or felt experiences in our body are often implanted or laid down from when we're much younger, to do with our immediate caregivers. And of course our caregivers could well love us very much and want the best for us, but the sense of feeling safe to be ourselves, and a feeling of I feel really seen, and I can really trust that whatever is going on in me emotionally is going to be received well, is going to be validated. I have a sense of safety to be seen. And this could either not go on, or the second one is it's just happens now and then. So in our system there's a sense of I don't know when it's safe, you know, so then there's uncertainty. It's an unstable experience. So then it leaves me with a sense of I could be abandoned here. There's a sense you could reject me or leave me. Yeah, I'm just feeling that. I'm just sensing, you know, that sense. That's particularly if you are highly sensitive. If within your being is you're sensing others may leave you if you're not behaving in a certain way. Yeah, so there's something, you could say, anxious here, like a fear, actually, if we sort of sense that more. And let's give that space. A fear to be seen, you know, a fear to be seen as myself. Yeah, I can feel that feels good, actually, recognising, actually, from what I've just shared from the past with our caregivers, our mother, our father, if it's infrequent or it isn't there at all for whatever reason, there can be a sense in ourselves of uncertain, anxious and fearful. I'm afraid to show myself as I am. And let's just bring that into our consciousness, into our awareness. There's a feeling of fear held in the body. Your solar plexus, it could be your chest, your neck tension, holding tension, your shoulders. I hold myself when I'm out in the world because I have a fear that maybe if I'm seen, and maybe if I'm not seen in the way I believe others want me to be, there's a feeling of threat. I don't feel safe. And then we can also sense this within close relationships, because the past is always revisiting ourselves when it's not integrated, you know. Yeah, there's like a lens, it's like a filter I'm looking through in the now at my partner or friends, relationships that I'm having now, and I'm looking through the lens of the past. It's a good thing to actually see within you, because we're asking ourselves about intimacy and stepping forward more within ourselves. So we're talking initially about contact to ourself. So there's a fear of abandonment, there's a fear of rejection, being rejected. But at essence, we are abandoning ourselves. So there's a fear of being abandoned or rejected by the other person, but at essence, there is a fear within me, and within that fear, I'm abandoning me, my fear. So presencing that in our body. And within and sort of behind that fear, there's a sense of pain. How painful it has been where I have felt left alone, or a fear that someone's going to leave me alone, sort of isolated or separate or lonely, that sense of feeling. And these are words, but actually it's a feeling, isn't it? It's painful in those places. So something about I don't come forward in intimacy because it's like a kernel, isn't it? Intimacy is love, and within this kernel is the pain that's within me. So I feel stuck. I stay stuck. Something's stuck here. This is about returning to love, isn't it? Returning to love towards ourselves first before we can be intimate with others, truly intimate. Because there's a sense always in our kind of shared being that actually we all understand this. But the more we're silent, like muting ourselves, the more we keep it buried and hidden, it keeps it stuck. It's like a no man's land. You know, we're not allowed to go there. We shouldn't go there. Something about keep this superficial world going of masking, performing this fantasy, in a sense of we're so materially happy in the West, especially. But we've got, it's enough, you know, it's enough. So within us, something deeper is being held back. And we're talking about coming home, intimate to ourselves and coming forward more. Yeah, I'm afraid to be hurt. I'm scared to be abandoned within myself. And I'm taking responsibility for that younger part in me. I'm bringing gentleness here. I'm bringing love and care and a protection. Protecting that part in a good way, in a gentle, warm, loving way. So that part can slowly start to feel a little movement to be seen and to come out, to make a movement forward that's about trusting in something that's bigger than us. You know, something, and we know this within us. We know that there is a higher intelligence, whether you call that life, the divine consciousness, awareness. There is something in this moment that's aware of this dialogue that I'm having with you, and feeling that presence and contacting that love towards ourselves that has felt separated can emerge more. It's emerging more, and feeling that kind of almost like a blessing, whatever word resonates with you, it doesn't really matter the word, a sort of light that comes through into the dark places. It's like a light, like a cave that's been in darkness, holding parts of ourselves that have felt too frightened, felt deeply hurt. Suddenly the light comes in, and so we start to walk a different path. And that's the one of the world is coming through me. You know, I'm not separate from the world. I'm not separate from my neighbour. I'm not separate from the people in this street or the people in this world. Because what joins us and bonds us is this higher consciousness of love that doesn't separate. It includes. It's us that has separated with barriers to this love. And it's those barriers that I'm tuning into in ourselves to soften and melt more. And so that when we're with our partner, when we're with friends, when we're with family, when we're with people at the supermarket, when we're in our car and there's aggravation going on, that we are loving, we soften, because we're starting with ourselves first, and the places that have turned away from ourselves. We're turning towards ourselves. So as we bring more love to ourselves, we bring more love out into this world. Because we're, at the end of the day, we're one being. You know, we feel that when you share your vulnerability with other human beings, your heart goes out to them, you soften, you feel warm. Because it's a shared being, an infinite shared being. So this is about intimacy with ourselves, and it begins with ourselves. And as we love ourselves, we can start to share that love outward. But it's a shift from putting our energy outward in a pleasing survival way, there's a kind of adapted child from when we were younger that pleases to get validation and recognition. And it's a turning away from that turning towards what my potential is and my belonging is and my right to be, and intimacy with myself. And we'll keep fostering that growth and fostering that love. So this is about returning to intimacy with ourselves. So I hope this helps you in some way, and please like and subscribe my channel, and I'll keep endeavouring to put more on. Alright, much love to all of you, and let's bring more love and intimacy to ourselves and to this world. Bye for now.